Hello my little bees, LMG Tactical here. Today we're bringing this MG42 back from the dead. A member of the Hive contacted me after his machine gun suddenly stopped working. The battery was getting warm, but the gun wouldn't fire. So let's open it up, find the problem, and see if we can get this beast running again. Enjoy! Let's start by taking the gun apart. When I tested it earlier, the motor was clearly trying to do its job. The battery was getting warm, but the gearbox wasn't cycling. My first guess was that something inside the gearbox had jammed up. Time to find out. The first step is removing the motor grip. If the gearbox is under tension or completely locked up, this should help us narrow down the problem. At first glance, everything seems normal. No broken teeth, no obvious damage, so the next step is removing the spring. That should release any remaining tension inside the gearbox and make it easier to find what's causing the problem. There was one more clue. During testing, the nozzle wasn't moving at all. That could point to a broken tappet plate or perhaps a damaged tappet plate spring. To find out, we'll need to dig a little deeper and completely strip down the upper part of the gearbox. That's where we'll find the piston, tappet plate and the rest of the air seal components. Before we can inspect the internals, the upper gearbox assembly has to come out. That means removing these side plates and separating it from the hop-up chamber. Only then can we get a closer look at what's going on inside. With the gearbox finally open, I wanted to check one thing first. The nozzle. A quick press confirmed that the tappet spring was still doing its job and hadn't come loose, so that wasn't the problem. Next, I pulled out the piston and immediately I spotted the first casualty. The first tooth had taken a beating and a piece was missing where it engages with the sector gear. Then I checked the tappet plate and there it was. The part that engages with the sector gear had completely snapped off. With the damaged part identified, it was finally time to start putting things right. Before installing the new components, I cleaned the upper gearbox shell and cylinder to remove any dirt and old grease. Since the original piston head was still in good condition, I decided to reuse it on the new piston after giving it a proper clean. With the piston rebuilt, we were one step closer to getting this MG42 back in action. Before reassembling everything, I applied some low friction grease from Perfect Airsoft to the piston O-ring. This helps maintain a good air seal while keeping friction to a minimum. Next, I attach the nozzle to the new tappet plate and start reassembling the cylinder assembly. Since the tappet plate slides along the gearbox shell, I also apply a small amount of grease to the contact surfaces. Same goes for the piston rails inside the shell. A little lubrication goes a long way in keeping everything running smoothly. Before closing the gearbox, I wanted to make sure everything was sealing properly. With a finger over the nozzle, I push the piston into the cylinder to check the compression. A good amount of resistance means the air seal is doing its job, and in this case, everything felt exactly as it should. With everything cleaned, lubricated and back in place, it was finally time to close up the gearbox and start putting the MG42 back together. The new tappet plate is installed, the piston has been replaced and everything is back together. Moment of truth. Let's see if it works. Looks like the patient survived. Thank you guys for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe and ring that notification bell. And why not drop a comment? I'd love to hear your thoughts on the MG42. Would you carry this beast into battle or would you rather leave it to someone else? This was LBE Tactical and I'll see you in the next one. LB over and out.